Hello, everybody. My name is Gio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast. We're coming to you live from round 2 of the Flight Club Championship Qualifier. This is the Alpha Qualifier, and I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, William Hagewood.
Hello, everyone. Glad you could make it.
All right, so we have 2 awesome players ready to duke it out here in our second round. But before we go too far, I want to remind you that we are live here on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Obviously, our schedule was a little different this Saturday because we have an event. But if you haven't tuned in, there's our schedule. Hopefully, we can see you then. So, Will, let's go ahead and start breaking down these lists.
No problem. Let's start with Enno over here on the left, flying some scum ships. Looks like he's utilizing, taking an old archetype, Boba Dengar, and mixing in some new upgrades. On Boba, he's got Lone Wolf, concussion bombs, false transponder codes, stealth device, shield upgrade, and the Slave 1 title. He's got 2 mods on there. Boba has recently lost his crew slot, and it got replaced by another modification. With him, Dengar has marksmanship, ion torpedo, auto blaster, 000, Greedo, and false transponder codes. So a little bit of synergy there between the marksmanship, Greedo, and auto blaster. A little some 000 for extra modifications. Normally, we've seen like L337 and Han Gunner to double modify shots like that. But he's elected to get a little bit more control out of the false transponder codes jam and the ion torpedoes ionizations. So we'll see how it works out for him. The trade of the raw damage potential.
Fantastic. Go ahead. Yeah, on the right side we have Harris Hussain.
He's flying some Rebels. Has Wolfario with Zeb Crew and a hull upgrade. Dutch Vander with proton torpedoes, R3 astromech, and concussion bombs. Lieutenant Blount and Wedge and Tillies. The concussion bombs there on Dutch. We see here should... because he may have dropped the bomb. This is what they're actually discussing in the game. Something about the bombs not being on the map. But that bomb, concussion bombs, we see 2 copies of it here in this fight. When it explodes, it will give out a damage card, and you must either flip that card or take a strain as well. And we see that's what Wolfaro's doing here. Taking the strain, taking the damage card to activate his ability, essentially giving him a stat line of 4-1-6-2.
Mm-hmm. Sneaky way to alter those. You're paying, though. It's kind of interesting, right? You're paying for the points for Wolfwaro for his ability, and you're also paying for part of the concussion bombs as well. But I guess no, he reloaded, right? So you're not really paying for.
Correct. So
you just got to have the positioning.
Right, you do have to bring the concussion bombs, and he's paying like 2 or 3 points. I think it's 3 points for that hull upgrade to kind of cancel that out. But 3 points to up your attack power by 1 for the entire game.
That seems pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty good. Normally we've been seeing it with Jan Ors to make it a 5-dicer, 6 at range 1 or 0 with the Zeb upgrade there. But this elects to get some independent aces, if you will, and Lieutenant Blount and Wedge Antilles.
Yeah, I really like the Zeb call on Wolfwaro. You could potentially have these 5-dice shots in people's faces, and even if it's unmodified, you're getting on average at least 2 hits, right?
No, Zeb Crew is so good, so good, especially on that 180 degree arc as well. Very easy to bump into people, get the blocks, He is moving first in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Wedge has first player, but Ufrao gets to move before Boba and Dengar, potentially blocking them, setting up that range 0 attack.
Alrighty. Now let's talk a little bit about Enno here on our left side. Enno, very good player. He placed really well in Galaxies in quite a few of the qualifiers. So you got to watch out. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's paid those points for the Slave 1 title. So he's got that flexibility there. But I am a little worried seeing Boba joust all 4 of the Rebel ships. It just really depends on how much damage will Boba take in the initial joust. And if he can get away with using that back arc, on the second pass.
Yeah, I think I have to imagine that he wants to dive into range 1 to start getting those Boba rerolls to keep his stealth device, but also has to juggle that between the Lone Wolf and the serious attack power coming out here. Looks like Dengar took a lock, maybe shooting some ion torpedoes, though he's having trouble with his.
False transponder codes would go off there.
Yep, and should jam that focus off of Blount. Nice combo. It did spend the ion torpedo charge, so he's going for it. 4 on 3 here. Oh, boy.
That is a good start.
2 hits, 1 crit, and an eyeball. It's hard to waste the target lock that you just took for 1 result here.
Oh, you bring it to use it. Let's go. Is he going to hold it? He's going to hold it.
You can focus lock, though, next round. And no Cloud to save him. He's taking all 3, so that's damage and ions. That worked. Ion torpedo. Successful.
Yep. So that means Lieutenant Blount going to end up being forced to do a 1 straight next turn. Ionized ships can only do focus actions as well, so being forced into that action in that position for next turn.
Yeah, he is so lucky that Boba is just out of range there. I think that was his thought process of just focus fire the Z95. It's easiest to kill. Just take a shot off the board, make it 3 on 2. But didn't have the range there. And now Boba can just ignore him.
Yep.
He knows where his arc's going to be. They can move on to Dutch and Wafaro. I think you have to start on Dutch. He's bringing not only the bombs, but the proton torpedoes as well.
And I know some people might be thinking like, oh, Lieutenant Blount is just a Z95. What's the big deal about, being able to ignore his arc? Even though he has 2 dice listed on that stat line, you got to watch out for his ability. His ability reads, while you perform a primary attack, if there's at least 1 other friendly ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender, you may roll 1 additional attack die. So at range 1, if you got other buddies nearby as well, that could be a 4 dice shot. So Lieutenant Blount is the cheapest way the Rebels can get a 3 dice attack. So you got to watch out for that.
Yeah, a very good pocket heavy hitter there. Only 30 points. Of normally a very good deal. He's trapped here ionized by Dengar. But I have to imagine Dengar's just going to 3 bank and try to shoot a torpedo at somebody else, though, right? He has his primary arc towards the inside. So it could follow up with a shot, but I think he would rather take that second torpedo somewhere else. Hard to say.
Now I want to talk about the choice of bringing concussion bombs for Boba Fett. With the release of thermal detonators, a lot of people have been going to that because you get, so many more charges, even though the damage isn't guaranteed. This is just a little bit of bomb theory I want to throw around. Is concussion bomb the better buy when you have a 2-ship list because you're much less likely to end up hurting your own ships?
I think yes, I will agree with you there. But I think it's the mentality that the ship, it's because the ship has a rear arc. that you can essentially fight while dropping bombs, which does make the 3 charges in a row of concussion bomb as strong. Sometimes when you have like a smaller, nimble fighter, right, who's like a striker or like a V-wing dropping bombs, they have to move into bomb drop position and then disengage, right? Whereas Boba doesn't have to do that. He can take 3 shots while dropping those concussion bombs. So I think it has to do more with Boba's rear arc than the 2-ship build, but it certainly helps out because you do not want to bomb your own friends. Those concussion bombs, the face down card and strain, or I guess it's a crit, is one of the best bomb effects.
Yep. Really quickly here, we do need to remove 1 hull off of Wolf Waro because he did do the self bomb in the beginning. It's a weird interaction, very rare. And here we go.
Like we have the false transponder codes jamming off Dutch's target lock, preventing the proton torpedo. I think Boba's going to crash into range 1 anyways, but maybe not. Maybe not with that Wafaro arc. I mean, he's got to crash into Wafaro, and I don't think the 4-4 does it.
Just a quick note, it is 1 hull, not 1 shield, because the concussion bomb goes underneath the shields.
Oh, I just realized this Dutch doesn't have a turret.
No turret.
Bombs in torpedo.
Yep, he's coming being angry. Now he set up that target lock. Only Wolf Waro got to keep it because of the false transponder codes.
Mm-hmm. And Wafaro's not even going to be shot here. Bo's going to have to boost, I think, to even shoot Dutch. Oh, it'd be close. He might have him already. No, I don't think so. So his only shots right now, Blount and maybe Wedge. Yeah, he's just going to hold up. He can't get out of that Wafaro arc, and you know that's coming. I mean, still got probably some Bobo rerolls, at least 1 or 2 Bobo rerolls, if not all 3. Plus on Wolf. With the focus, he might be able to hold on to a stealth device.
Yep, he's deciding on what he wants to do here.
We stopped the timer momentarily.
Why?
They might be having a judge question or something. I see both their hands moving.
Okay. Jonah.
Yep. Yeah, they go judge.
Okay. Can you go find out like what the judge call is, just so that we know what's going on?
Sounds good.
Thank you. All right. Well, we'll find out here in a little bit. Well, while we're waiting, let's see. Will this work? Do I have this layered correctly? I actually don't think I have it ready. Oh, there it is. Hi, everybody. Peekaboo. You are watching the Alpha Flight Club Qualifier. Hopefully, everybody's ready to have a good time. We have a quick stoppage of play for a judge question. We'll find out what the question is here in a second.
I think Chad had a relative shoe. I brought it up. We had discussed previously about false transponder codes and R3, and I think they're actually saying that Dutch could get his actual lock on Boba Fett here, which would determine if Boba wants to sit there or boost or not.
Got it.
Though let's read that card again.
All right. So here, R3 Astromech, you can maintain 2 locks. Each lock must be on a different object. After you perform a lock action, you may require a lock. So I performed a lock action. The lock action is completely it's completing the lock. False transponder triggers. Mm-hmm. You're jammed. Now I acquire another lock. It could be on anything that I don't have a lock on. So I would say yes, it would go on the Boba Fett. But again, it is D's call. We'll see if we get that switched or not.
I have to agree. Like it doesn't say that. It does say they must be on two different things, but you do get to fully complete the lock action and then acquire a lock. So I think you should have the lock on there.
Do you, Jonah? What was the determination? Did you catch it?
So yeah, there was an issue with figuring out what triggered first between Dutch's ability R3 and false transponder codes, and the reason that they wanted to clarify was because depending on what the ruling was, Boba might do a different action. Because over here on the right, Hussain does have the initiative. He has Dutch and the R3 trigger first, and then false transponder codes. So they ended up leaving it as is. All good.
All right. Cool.
That is what D said. It did. I think it was Daryl. Was mentioned about the first player would be the tiebreaker between
yes.
R3 and false transponder codes. So no lock for Dutch.
Got it. All right. So we have Dengar triggering 000 here at the start of the engagement, getting the calculate.
Yeah, he moved his lock over to Wedge. He was going to eat a pretty nasty auto blaster shot there.
Yeah, it is definitely in the bullseye.
Yeah. Looks like we got Wedge taking away the stealth device. That could be a nice, good shot. Ooh, not good.
No, not when you roll like so.
Oh. No move. Hey. It might be just a Boba reroll as well. Nope, he's flipping low move. I think I would have checked, somebody's range 1 first.
Agreed.
All right, this is Dengar's bullseye shot. He's got a calculate, a target lock.
An unblockable crit. Two unblockable crits.
That one was from Greedo. And then he could calculate for a third marksmanship crit.
Yep.
And it depends on if he wants to spend the lock or not.
He can't do anything about it.
No?
Shield crit. So this is the text here, if you're not catching it really quickly, is if you are not in the defender's front arc, evade results do not cancel crits.
And he just put a structural damage onto Wedge. And Wedge, not happy about that. He's got to get a squiggle. 1 die to get a squiggle. Focus to live. All right. Wedge will get another shot next round. Well, will survive till next round. Can't guarantee the shot yet.
Next one. Here we go. Dutch. Going to be a range 2 shot.
Because he's still got his stealth device. I would have knocked off the stealth device first. But we'll see. Just one?
The calculate is no longer actually on Dengar at the moment. It just forgot to be cleared.
Yeah, I just didn't think no one else is shooting at him here. Yeah, no one else is even in range. Or has arc, so no big deal. Ooh, here's a good shot, though. 4 dice, focus lock. It's got to get all 3 to guarantee the... Well, Dutch did strip the focus token. I think it was Wedge. But regardless, we got all 4 hits here.
Gonna be 2.
All right, that's 2 shields and that stealth device gone. Well, it's really the shield upgrade and the stealth device.
Well, being able to get that stealth device off of Boba early is really important, especially with the defensive rerolls that he can get consistently. Like if you're gonna have a chance to do damage, you got to get that off first.
Yep. So that's the one ion torp down. Both transponder, false transponder codes. Already used up, and the stealth device. Blown in an awkward spot here. The Z95s have no 180-degree moves other than 3K and 4K, so he's getting struggled to get a shot here. You might be able to just gum up Boba Fett.
Yeah, those Z95s do have barrel roll. Maybe you can just be in the way.
Yeah, like a one-bank barrel roll or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great, though, because you're going to stress yourself because that barrel roll is red.
That's
you
true.
Might be able to turn around.
Then maybe you disengage. Maybe you hard 2 away and either draw fire, sacrifice one for the team, take some shots from Boba Fett so that your other guys can get in position. Or if you're ignored, you could K-turn the following turn and bring it back in.
Yeah, just hard turn away, pick up a lock, and try to draw some heat, I guess.
I mean, because that's setting up Blount in his most threatening position. You'll end up most likely having some friendlies nearby, your enemy ship, whatever you're shooting, get that extra die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like, these ships don't have to do a lot. Dutch just hard turns and locks everybody, and will fire all one banks to see where they're going. Could even just one forward but he's got to get, away from those bombs a little bit, so he might want to start turning. Dengar really doesn't have to do anything. Dengar is just one forward. Wedge won't be there.
Yeah, exactly. We got Dengar on the flank, ready to do some work.
Right,
and I would tell you that was probably one of the better auto blaster interactions I've seen. He was a focus token away from from having potentially 4 hits.
4 crits.
4 crits, excuse me.
Yeah, I probably would have just spent the lock, but it is on Wedge, so you kind of got to take that guy down. I do like the list. Like I said, no Jan in it to get those 6 dice range zeros, but it provides you bad options for targets everywhere you go. Or not bad targets, but bad choices for target priority. Looks like we have Blount's going to head the other way.
And
I don't know if that's advised because he might K-turn into bombs back there. Well, it depends on where Boba's going.
He is using R3 to split both locks, get 1 on each, and passing the lock to Wolf Waro. Again, those Ozatug gunships do not have a target lock action, but because the Dutch ability simply says acquire, any ship can acquire a lock if somebody else gives it to them.
Mm-hmm. And we got Boba not playing for those games. He's going to 3-bank and not be blocked. Get that rear arc and a bomb jumping and going. Wedge with the disengage here. Closes his wings. Is he going to try to get out of Boba's arc with a boost?
That seems like a wise choice.
Yeah, might not be a bad idea. I wouldn't. Do you link it at 1 health and structural?
No. Oh, wait, but Dengar's arc is to the side. Yeah, right, you take the focus. You take the focus. You have a chance there.
That's fair. Because the stress doesn't mean much if you're dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the thinking?
Yeah, exactly. Gives you a chance, especially with that cloud cover. You could possibly get in there.
He's going to get cloud, but let's see if the 000, see if Dutch wants to get stressed.
Stressed or give me a calculate. Choose.
He's got limited options now. And he's staring down at Dengar as is potentially his only shot here too. This might be the end of Dutch. Could eat 2 range 1 auto blasters and a range 1 Boba Fett.
Yep, you got to watch out for that bonus attack on Dengar. Remember, if you shoot him while he's he can't. Dengar's arc is to the left, right?
No, Dengar's free attack is a bonus attack. Does not require it to be primary.
Oh,
You can definitely bonus attack an auto blaster.
You know what? I'm thinking punishing one. Yep, because you have the auto blaster. Yep, I'm wrong.
That's okay. So Dutch might, so he's gonna prevent the calculate to save Wedge from a double modified shot. That's smart.
Two dice. Here's the lock. Well, got hit crit anyway.
Yeah, I think that's dead because he's got structural damage.
Yep, and it was not obstructed, so that's going to be it. F's in the chat, please, for Wedge and Tilly's, the one and the only.
Yeah, I'm super surprised he didn't just K-turn there and accept his death. I don't think he really was getting out of these two arcs.
Now,
that's hindsight, though, right?
Mm-hmm. A slight possible miss here for Enno. He did not spend Greedo, so Dengar is critable. I know he doesn't have any exposed shields right now, but could end up mattering. Ooh, good range one shot here. And all four seem to be coming in.
Yeah, he's going for Rufaro, the next big heavy hitter. He's going to spend it to lose 2 shields and
hit crit.
Stunned. No big deal.
Stun says the obstacles are bad. Don't touch obstacles. Stay away.
Yeah, don't touch them. So I'm going to be surprised here if Dutch actually takes that shot onto Dengar. I mean, he's losing firepower, though, quick, so you kind of had to go for glory here, right?
Mm-hmm. Here's the roll. Hit, crit. Gonna be pushing the hit crit through.
I mean, he's got shields, but yep. You know, it says the Greedo trigger. Mm-hmm. That's not how Greedo works, but it's not the person to spend it. It's the while you perform an attack, you may spend 1 charge to change it, and while you defend, if your charge is active, the opponent can spend it.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you put that Wafaro lock onto Boba?
Oh, is there a focus out there?
No, I think he risked it by shooting Dengar, and he's got no mods. His target lock was on Boba Fett.
Wrecked.
Oh, wait, I don't know what that was. Why he rolled 4 dice?
That was that 4 dice auto blaster going into Dutch.
Oh, that was the return shot.
The return shot, yeah. The revenge.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Oh, Wolfwaro has a lock here. Has to reroll all of them because he doesn't have a focus and ends up with 3.
Boba does have a focus and only takes 1.
Another shield down to 2 shields now. On the Fett.
Yeah, this is the damage race the Rebels are losing.
Well, that opening auto blaster from Dengar really set the tone in the game.
It sure did.
Jeez Louise.
It basically took Wedge out of the game 100 in 1 shot. So might as well have just killed him.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about Boba. You know, lost the crew slot, and you know, still showing some force here.
Oh yeah, he set up. He's been flying him well. He did lose that stealth device early, but that'll happen when people are shooting 4 dice attacks at you, like Wafaro. So he's gonna drop the bomb. Dengar doesn't really care. Like Dengar won this fight, right? Like he's happy that Wedge is off the board and he's getting revenge shots now. So whatever. Like, he can take one bomb. No big deal. And there's just really nowhere for these rebels to go to get away from that bomb or to pursue Boba cutting in behind Dengar here. Does Dengar have... They have left sloops, don't they?
Left sloops and 4K.
Left sloop fit around that rock? Pretty close.
That's close. I don't think so. Yeah, we'll pop it on the Patreon cam, see what people think. By the way,
I say yes, it fits. I think so.
Yeah, I think you should have enough gap between your base and the... what I do is I look down the arc, right? And that's how I judge.
our first reaction was totally fits.
Totally fits. So there's an option if you don't want to risk the 4K with Dengar, but like I said, he's in a great spot too. Like, he really doesn't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his arcs where he wants to be. He's in the way, blocking their escape lane.
Yeah, Dengar does have a lot of space there, and I know mentally it's a three sloop now, right?
Yeah, it's a 3 sloop. It's always been a 3 sloop. Oh no, I know.
No,
you're right.
false. It has not always been a 3 sloop.
And well, those are the times we don't speak of. So.
Right. In the ancient times.
Yeah, in long ago, in the ancient times, a long time ago, on a gaming table.
That's right.
Far
Hey,
away.
real quick, I want to give a shout out to Colton Ray. He sent a picture on our Discord and our Patreon section. Him and his two kiddos rocking the GSP onesies, looking adorable.
Nice.
All right, here's the lock. Yep. Essentially, what it comes down to is who are you going to give that acquired lock to? So Wolfwaro obviously has the big punch here. I think concussion bombs.
I mean, he kind of have to. So there's nowhere they can get out of that arc. So big. I believe that was a stop from Wolfwaro.
Yep, anticipating, and there's a stress there, anticipating the concussion bomb going off, but I think that still might be in range 1.
Oh, it's definitely in range 1. But he needs an arc. So, see Boba Fett taking a lock here. That's bold. Guys, get a one forward right out to the bomb.
That's right. This is my bomb.
Like I said, doesn't care. Didn't think anybody would be there. Right? Thought everybody else would spook off. So, whatever. Ooh, it has a nice bullseye on
Lieutenant Blount.
Ooh.
He's short for the world. Short for this world. Oh, crap. What was that?
Oh, yeah. The big debate here is whether Wolfwaro's in his arc or not. I wonder if he's thinking about barrel rolling.
Yes, those jump masters can barrel roll, and that could very nicely end up right with Waro in the bullseye. We're getting the ship marked to get a reference for where the base is.
No, he slapped down that focus token. He's ready to shoot. They're just trying to activate the bomb right now by marking the ship. Finding a little bomb token. I don't know what they're doing.
That's just spawn range 1. Spawn range 1 from ships.
Yeah, used to. Yeah, it's not blunt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I think that's really the deciding factor there. Looks like everybody's taking the strain and taking those cards face down.
That's right. Concussion bombs deals a card face down underneath the shields. And if you take a strain, it is a face down. If you don't take a strain, it's a face up card.
Yeah. That's what really makes him brutal is that extra strain. Because most people don't take crits on that. Ooh, Wafaro does not have, or is not in Dengar's arc. So, looks like we're going with that range 2 bullseye. Auto blaster for 3. Making a crit with marksmanship and Greedo.
Now, remember,
And
marksmanship,
calculate.
it's guaranteed. Guaranteed dead because there's 3 hits there.
Yeah. Yeah, not automatic, but not going well. That was a few leak into hull breach into another face-up card.
Absolutely. Now, some people want some stats. I got some stats for you. Give me 1 second to pull them up.
The breakdown of the factions.
The breakdown.
Ooh. There's a surprising number 1 faction.
There is. Give me 1 second to pull it up.
So it looked like that was 2 hits into Wafaro from Boba's shot. He's going to take an unmodified at Dengar here. Or no, he does have the lock. Nice. 3 hits so far. Dengar is strained, so only has 1 agility as well. This could put out some big hit. Hey, let's do guaranteed to go through after 4 hits rolled. Yeah, 1 evaded, 3 hits onto Dengar.
Shout out to Mrs. Gold Squadron for taking care of me during these events. Get some Mrs. Gold Squadron approves in the chat.
She bringing little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
The best.
Through the day. That's been my online food of choice. Because I can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich real fast.
And you can eat it. You also can eat it quietly. Is the other thing, right?
Yeah.
As long as the bread's not toasted or stale, one of the two, you can eat it without nobody really knowing.
No,
Can be sneaky. A
perfect.
couple of awkward silences. Fast Walk says always toasted bread. Yeah, but you guys don't want to hear me eating toasted bread sandwiches during event streams.
I don't like toasted bread. I don't like the really toasted bread. When it's hard,
Yeah.
man, that's too much. Lightly cooked, sure. And the crumbs, oh, get out of here. Not a fan.
I see. You have some strong feelings here, my friend.
On food, yeah. I got all of my strongest opinions are about food, I'm pretty sure.
Theon doesn't like pickles. William does not like crumbs. Those are the 2 triggers for these posts here.
Somebody triggered me when was like, "Do you want?" was like debating what sandwich would you get rid of. And I was like, toasted BLTs, gross.
Oh my goodness. We almost lost our friendship over this conversation.
It looks like they got back into the action though. Another concussion bomb. You have to.
Yep.
K-turn from Dutch. He does have that target lock, ready to shoot a torpedo, just waiting to shoot a torpedo.
Classic Boba, 1 forward, use the back arc. Turn around when you can't get shots anymore.
Yeah, I think Dengar just K-turned out of range of Dutch.
And just barely in range of Wolfwaro. Takes it as a crit, I think. Yes,
I mean,
damage
he
engine.
flipped it. You can't really flip it, see what it is, and be like, "Oh, I'm taking the strain." It's not exactly how it works. But luckily, the damage engine means nothing, so you probably should have just taken the broke engine.
And here's Dengar firing that auto blaster, using that cannon upgrade. You gave it to me, I'll use it. Snake Eyes, though.
Yeah, nothing.
And
so
there was
1 health Wolfaro here.
Trying to do something. 2 hits.
That's
Spends the focus from Boba. Not enough evades for Wolfwaro. That's going to be it. Goes down in a ball of fire.
Well,
speaking of heating things up, Will. With Valentine's Day coming around, I ordered somebody a very special gift basket that is going to be arriving in early February. We sent an edible arrangements to Atomic Mass Games. Okay, it's ordered. It's going to be delivered on February 1st, a couple days before their Star Wars stream that they announced, and I asked them to be our Valentine.
That's adorable and so smart, Dion.
That's right.
That's hysterical, really. Oh my gosh.
I said it was from us. I said from Gold Squadron Podcast and the X-Wing community, will you be our Valentine? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what they say. I mean, obviously FFG had a lot of things in the pipeline. Like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have some sort of roadmap to finish off the 2023 licensing agreement that they have with Lucas Arts right now. So
Yep.
I'm sure they are prepped and ready to go. It's literally their livelihood on the line to keep that Star Wars license as the biggest Star Wars tabletop game. So I'm sure they got some fun things for us.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. And something that we haven't had a chance to talk about with Lucas, Lucas Arts Games coming back or whatever the name is, and no longer having EA have the exclusive rights to make digital, games for Star Wars. I know that we love Tabletop Simulator, but I wonder if in the future, now this could be a whole podcast about this at some point, but just kind of a thought, like, does this open up a window for an official X-Wing game, like digital game?
Well, Asmodee Digital has been working on a Gloomhaven adaptation. Gloomhaven, one of the most popular board games of all time. And the Gloomhaven game has been going very well. So, I'm sure it's on their Asmodee's Digital's thinking, combining that with LucasArts to maybe get some sort of tabletop adaptation. So I would assume that they're thinking about it. It's just whether it's financially responsible.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I will tell you something that I did realize, and I'm curious to see what happens. I don't know if I should say this right now. I'll save it for a podcast. I'm saving it for the podcast. Never mind.
We got shots here. Dengar is checking Auto Blaster. to see if it would go automatically through, and it will not. Dutch does have arc, so that's just a one crit, excuse me. And Dutch is just eat down the shields, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't spend your focus on that. Yeah, Boba shot coming too.
That's right. Range 3 coming through the rock.
Probably Lone Wolf, and I believe he boosted, so wow. Dutch skates out of there pretty free and gets to shoot an unobstructed Dengar.
That's right. Get it.
I don't know, he's one torp down. He's got, I mean, not that Dutch can't do this, but I mean he could. He's got tools.
Dig deep for some crits. Here we go. Double crit, Greedo? Did the Greedo got triggered already? Okay.
No, Greedo didn't get triggered because he rolled a natural crit, I thought. Yeah, he rolled a natural crit.
He just did it there, yeah. The token just wasn't flipped.
Mm-hmm.
Trip crit, pop, Dengar sad, question mark? Yes.
Ooh, he's gone.
Dead. F's in the chat.
Dramatic flipping of these crits. I ejected it. That confirms it for sure. He gone. All right, well.
Dutch versus Boba Fett in the end game here.
Well, we're going to see one last auto blaster shot here. That's why he was checking on these cards, because he did get a weapons failure for the revenge shot that netted him nothing. So, Dengar's gone. That bomb's gone too.
Oh, yeah.
But, so, obviously, Lone Wolf, Boba Fett.
Pretty strong.
That's pretty much all he is right now, though, right? Like he's out of concussion bombs, false transponders gone, stealth device gone, shield upgrade gone. So he's just Lone Wolf, Slave 1.
Yep. I mean, but just like Slave 1. Yeah, Slave 1 in this end game is pretty good. Like, where should I go? Not where you're pointed.
Yeah, and Dutch has no what do I want to say? He's got no turret. He's going to have to rely on that torpedo and bombs to do some real damage. Though you can't drop a bomb and then K-turn because it'll end up flying into... I don't know, I guess he wouldn't. The bomb would explode. But you don't want to... You're going to waste 2 bombs after your K-turn, though.
Right.
And Boba's not going to be anywhere near that. He's going to just, like, what, 1 bank? No, not even care. And Enno's easily in the control of this list or of this fight. Okay.
A couple of questions here in the chat. Marshglyph, do me a favor, Marshglyph. Post that in the podcast question of the week thread. That way we don't lose that question. That's a good one. We'll address it there. As for this question from Para Goomberslayer asking about having done any analysis on number of turns in TTS, do players tend to get more or less turns on Tabletop Simulator than real life? And the answer is more.
Just ever so slightly, though, right? Like on average, just 1 or 2 more.
I mean, it could. The average I've seen be all the way from 2 to 4. Which, I mean, a lot can happen in 2 to 4 turns. It depends on the number of ships out there.
Sure.
But when you have 2 players, that, especially if you have players who are really familiar with the mod, you can move pretty quickly.
There's the question. Mm-hmm. Does that, from... I love your dips. Flipshirt. Does that make TTS a better system than a tabletop for X-Wing?
Well, Flipster, one of the other TTS mods, but putting me on the spot here. No, is the answer. Like I would, there are conveniences that I wish existed, but you can't replace physical models. Like they're just so nice. There's nothing that takes that away. Which is why I'm like meticulously putting together my studio table setup right now and try to get this all right and nice lighting and everything, because I want to bring you guys some real ship action again, even while we're not able to meet in person. Because there's something about those physical models that really just just feels good. Have your hands on the table, but TTS, as long as TTS is around, I'll be playing it. And we'll still have TTS streams on Gold Squadron.
Ooh, look at this maneuver. Dutch is getting desperate here. He's got to figure out a way to get, at least another proton torpedo and then start reloading them, I guess. Boba didn't fall for any bomb tricks, so that trick is not available. Ooh, Boba had the option to slave one, but is going to head that way. I think his hard one won't hit that gas cloud next round, but he is strained, though. Does Dutch just crank it and do the hard 2 maneuver and just put his arc, over there as best as he can, or is he? You can't really just hard like one bank and barrel roll. That's not really going to get you enough, is it?
No, not going to get you enough.
Yeah,
he's trying, though. He's trying.
I'll be honest with you. Like, Boba doesn't need to turn it, and he could just forward. He doesn't really care. He could just create distance. He's a medium base with a boost versus a Y-wing.
Nice and casual. Yeah, he's obviously got to play it safe because there is a proton torpedo still in the tank. Mm-hmm. Could do some bad things, so you can't just be too crazy.
Dutch did just get halved, though, by that last attack. Yeah, he's only got 4 hull left. So that's not great. I was going to say, if Dutch is still on full, one torp could put the pressure on Enno to continue engaging. But not the case. If I'm Boba, I'm just hard one like, whatever, let's do this, Dutch. But if you hit that gas cloud, oh yeah, he's good. Checks the arc. See if he needs to boost. He does. This is going to be bad for Dutch. He's strained, so
0 agility at range 1. 4 dice. Oh!
Wow.
Rip. That's it.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Only had 4 health. Rest in peace, Dutch.
He had hull breach, too, so they're all quits. It's going to be... No, it was...
Your ship is on fire.
Well, I got my GGs in the chat here waiting for these cards to be dealt out. Oh, there's a bunch of nasty ones. He's dead.
Yeah. Here's the state of the table, just for reference there.
I like a good table state, so I can't deny them for that. But I'm pretty sure that'll put Dutch into the ground there.
That's right. Well, congratulations, Enno, getting the W, moving to 2-0.